how to explain
Okay,
your.
can you give
Uh,
me an example, for example, of good manners, maybe, of good manners?
yes.
Um, what is a word that is good manners, for example, or an action?
Well, good manners. An example should be help an old woman to cross the street.
Help a old woman cross the street. Very good. That will be an excellent manner. Then we have, for example, words that are please, thank you, right? That would be good manners. Excellent. Perfect. Very good. Excellent. That would be very good manners. So now as well we are going to talk about phone language, okay? Vocabulary on the phone. Now we are going to listen, okay, and match what we hear, okay? Um, Let me see, here is, this is unit 4. So you are going to match the sound, for example, sound number 1 with the correct sentence, okay? We have unit 4. This is unit 4, right?
1.2 Food
Not,
and cooking.
sorry. Unit number 4. Good. And this is 4.1. Good. Let me know if you can hear it.
It's okay.
4.1 1
Thanks very much. Okay, goodbye.
Good. So
2
sound number 1 is
Um,
the sentence is
Thank you very
goodbye.
much.
This action.
He just hung up.
Very good. He just hung up. Very good. Hung up is this action, right? The
Yes.
action of doing this. And very good. This is the present perfect of the and the past participle of the verb hang, right? Very good. The past participle is hung. Very good. And now let's see the next one.
1.2
Sorry.
Food and cooking.
Sorry.
Yeah,
1
yeah.
Let's see here.
4.1 1
Thanks very much. Okay, goodbye.
2
Well, this is all very well, but the financial figures for the last quarter do give us some cause for concern. I mean, it had. Oh, who's that?
Sorry about that, guys.
Okay. So
The line engage. I
no,
think. No.
no. Let's listen again.
Hmm.
Quarter do give
So he's talking, right? In a place.
us some
Yes.
cause for concern. I mean, it had. Oh, who's that?
Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry about that, guys. So what would it be? In this case,
Um,
it's letter I, okay? His phone went off in the middle of a meeting, okay? That's the reaction of the people saying, oh. And he says, sorry, guys, okay? Because that is inappropriate, Okay. Is it clear?
No, sorry, I didn't understand.
The sound. So he was talking in a meeting and his phone went off. Okay, that's why you hear that reaction, that people reaction. It's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
3,
Good. So in this case,
The line engaged, Vicky.
very good. The line's engaged. Excellent. Perfect. Let's see the next one.
4,
All our lines are busy at the moment. Please hold, and someone...
Okay, in this case, it wasn't engaged, but it appeared. In the last one will be dialing a number. Will be like this. Okay, this is dial a number. When you press the buttons, right? That is dial a number. Okay. In this case, it's engaged, right? It depends on the sound.
will be with you shortly.
Okay, the line is busy or engaged. Good.
5,
Please leave a message after the tone.
Hi, Jack. It's Sandra. I was just calling.
Good. So in this case,
She's left a message on his voicemail.
very good. She's left a message on his voicemail. Very good. This is to leave a message on the voicemail. Okay, it's called the voicemail. Very good.
6,
Great. So in this case,
Choosing a new ringtone.
very good. She's choosing a new ringtone. Excellent. This is called a ringtone.
7,
Okay, this one is dialing again, or
Yes.
what?
Yes, he's dialing. And the previous one, I think the number 4 was she needs to talk to a hotline, but
But they put her
they
on
put
hold.
her on hold. Yes.
Yes, it wasn't clear the sound, if it was put someone on hold or if it was if the line was engaged, because the sound was pretty similar. That's why I got confused with if she was put on hold or if the line was engaged. It was a very similar sound.
Yes.
Maybe they all use the same sound for everything. So, let's see the next one.
8,
Hi, love. I'm on the 6:25, so I should get in at 8:22.
Oh, great. Do you want me to...
Hello, Jane? Jane, can you hear me?
Good. So let's see what happened. Here, he couldn't hear her anymore when he was on the train. What happened?
He was cut off in the middle of the conversation.
Very good.
9,
Hello?
Oh, hi. It's James. I phoned half an hour ago, but Anne wasn't in. Is she there now? I've just been standing around on my own.
Great. In this case,
He's calling back.
great.
10,
Pressing those
He's
buttons.
texting.
Yes, of course. Or messaging. You can say texting or messaging. Very good. Using it as a verb, right?
Yeah.
In the past would be texted, right? Texted. Very good.
11,
Here, have a look. Yeah, the next one. Oh, you look lovely. Oh, where's this one taken?
Who is this one taken? So this is the last one.
Yes, she's swiping through photos.
Very good. Swiping through photos is the action of doing this, right? This is swiping. Very good. Excellent. And this action, when you do this on your phone, like this,
Swipe up,
you can say, sorry?
swipe up.
Swipe up, yes, very good. When you are on Instagram and you are watching, you're seeing all the posts and you are
Scrolling.
scrolling down. Good. Scrolling down. This is to scroll down. Very good. Excellent. Then you have swipe up. Very good. That will be any action. For example, on Tinder, people swipe right or left, depending if they like the person or not, right? Swipe right, swipe left, or swipe up, swipe down, right? And this action of maybe looking through Instagram will be scrolling down. Very good. Excellent. Any questions about this?
No.
No? Great. Let's see. Here we have questions with this vocabulary and some others. What phone network do you use? Are you happy with it or with them? It is the team, right?
Well,
Maybe you can say if you are happy or not with them. You don't have to mention the phone network if you don't want to.
okay. Well, they could be better.
They could be better. Okay, yes. Sometimes.
Yes, and other thing I don't like that they don't send you messages or
Yes, when they
not
contact you.
or notifications when the prices go up.
Yes, of course. Right? Very good. Do you have a monthly contract or are you pay as you go? This means that you pay when you don't have much
Great.
money left, and you pay again, right?
I have a monthly contract.
Very good. Have you ever sent a text message to the wrong person?
Yes.
Sometimes this happens. Sometimes.
Yes, when you are in a hurry and working and
Yes.
with your head in another place.
Yes, of course. So when you are busy, really tied up, in that case, sometimes this can happen, unfortunately, and maybe you send a message or a photo to the wrong person in different apps, maybe by email or by WhatsApp. It depends. Very good. Then you have you ever hung up on someone? This means on someone. This means that you didn't finish the conversation. You just hang up. Okay, that's what it means. Hung up on someone.
But unfortunately, I did.
Oh, you have. Okay,
I
you
think,
have.
yes.
Okay, yes, maybe you don't want to talk anymore, so you hung up on someone. This expression is hung up on someone. it's really common to hear, he just hung up on me, like in Spanish will be me cortó, right? That would be hang up on someone. Very good. What do you do if you are put on hold for a long time? What do you do in that case? Do you go to the bathroom? What do you do?
Well, I try to continue working or doing something, and put it on speaker. Uh,
Yes, so you can hear it in any case that they answer. Then
yes, yes.
very good, excellent. Do you make many calls or do you prefer messaging?
I prefer messaging.
Yes, nowadays people from our generation prefer messaging rather than making
Yes,
phone calls.
even even I, even before I want to call someone, I text them.
Yes, of
Text,
course. It's in any case, if they don't answer, you have to call, but you prefer not to, of course. I understand.
no. I asked them by sorry.
By WhatsApp or any other application, maybe.
Yes, and when they answer me, I call them or not.
Very good. Has your phone ever gone off at a bad moment? For example, in a meeting, in a concert, at a concert, in the cinema. It will be inappropriate, right? It will be out of line, if you want to say, out of place.
Yes, sometimes when I'm working on a call, sometimes I forgot to switch to
Silent mode?
silent. Yes.
Yes, you have to switch on silent mode so that you prevent it from happening, of course.
Yes.
Excellent, very good. Perfect. So these are a few questions. Did you know all this vocabulary about phones?
Most of them, but some phrasal verbs I don't
You
know.
didn't know. Okay, good. So you learned something great. Here we have what we call conductor throws out audience member whose phone went off. Okay, so throws out in American English we say call out. Okay, this is calling out someone, right? This will be in a theater, right? And maybe I don't know. So here we have an auditorium, right? Performance that was interrupted by a mobile phone going off in a row close to the stage. During the area, he was despised. Okay. After William stopped the performance, turned, pointed at the phone owner, and shouted out, "You have just ruined one of the most beautiful passages of one of the most beautiful works ever written." Okay, so he's very passionate about it, I think. So yeah, maybe the audience member felt really embarrassed, right? Okay, here we have the comments on this news. I think that is an article, I don't know. Nowadays on websites you have the news and you can comment on them, right? Here we have a comment, Danny, and some people replied, as I can see. Can you read these comments?
Okay. Good for him. It's time people
protested.
against this kind of behavior. If people can't live without their phones for 2 hours, they shouldn't go to concerts. We need a new rule for concert halls and theaters. You have to leave your phone or any other device in the classroom.
In the cloakroom. Do you know what this room is?
No.
In the theater, we have in the theater a room that is the cloak room, very common. Here, here, this is the cloak room, of course, and we have in different places, right? Very good. Not only in theater, but for example in schools, maybe in kindergartens. Some schools here in Argentina don't have this, but yes, this is a cloakroom. Great, excellent. We continue.
Similar to the way you have to check in most bags and backpacks in museums. And the same for the cinema.
Cool.
But Cassie replied, great idea. I could also add another rule. If you're caught with a mobile device in an auditorium, you must immediately pay a fine.
Pay a fine. Whoa, that is too much, I think. Pay a fine. I don't know. What do you think about this? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, if you are in an auditorium, this opera or similar things, I think you you don't need the device. You need to I don't know if shut down, but at least you need to silence.
Yes, because people should switch it on silent mode, but sometimes they don't do that or they forget, right? And these situations happen.
But Anton, if you ban mobile phones from concerts, you'll lose a lot of audience. There are people who have work phones and their company tells them they mustn't give their phones to anyone because of the company IT policy.
Okay.
Kasia.
Sorry?
But the next reply is from Kasia. I think all concert halls should block mobile phone reception. Reception could be available until right before the concert begins, during the interval, and immediately after it finishes.
Very good. Available. Excellent. Could be available until right before the concert begins. Great. And the last one, Marcel?
Marcel, blocking reception wouldn't solve the problem. Often when mobile goes off, it's an alarm that the owner has forgotten was on, which doesn't have to have reception to go off.
Okay. So what do you think about these three last replies?
Well, I think there are interesting ideas.
Interesting points, right?
Yes. Well, the fine I think is a little too much.
Sorry?
The fine.
It's a little too much, yes, maybe.
Yes. But well, blocking the mobile phones for reception I think it's okay.
Yes.
But this thing with the alarm, I don't know what
Yes, right, because
what
people
what
set
what,
alarms,
hmm.
and they forget them sometimes, right?
Yes,
Then
when I work at the office, I have a teammate that that set an alarm at 12:30,
mhm.
and we hate that alarm
Yes,
because sometimes he wasn't in the office, but, and he leave his phone there, and well,
yes, you could hear it.
it was annoying.
Yes, of course. I mean, that gets you on your nerves, right? Uh, Cool. So, well, here you have some uses of the modal verbs of obligation, right? Should, have to, and must, right? Good. Uh, okay. Read the comments again. Match the highlighted phrases to their meaning. This isn't necessary. Letter A is the phrase number. If if it isn't necessary, it's the phrase number. You have the numbers number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6.
Number 6 doesn't have to have.
Very good. It's not necessary. Very good. Don't do this. It is not allowed or permitted, or it's prohibited.
You
It's not allowed. It's prohibited by law, by norms, maybe in this case.
they mustn't give their phones to anyone.
Because of company IT policies. Very good, because of a policy as well, not only because of the law, right, or for norms, rules in general. Very good. It is necessary or compulsory to do this. Compulsory is obligatory, okay? So,
You must pay a fine.
you must definitely pay a fine, okay? And what about, it's a good idea to do this? Yes, you have two options. You have must and have to, right? Because it's necessary, you can use either have to or must in that case. Very good. The difference is when it's an internal obligation, we use often must and have to for external obligations, right? Letter D, it's a good idea to do this. Advice.
You have to leave your phone.
In this case, we need a new rule that says for concert halls and theaters, you have to leave your phone. It's like a rule, it's like mandatory, right? Compulsory. So, what is with advice? Remember, a good idea.
Okay. They shouldn't go to concerts.
They shouldn't go to concert. It would be a negative, a bad idea, right? That would
Yes.
be
Yes.
letter E. And
Number
letter D,
yes, and number 5, they should the calls should block mobile.
phone reception, very good. That would be a good idea. Excellent. Um, Great. So in this case, we have the grammar 138. Let's see, 138. Here. So here we have obligation and prohibition. Remember, have to, must, and should. You have to switch off your phone during takeoff and landing. Remember, takeoff and landing. Takeoff is the departures, and landings are the arrivals, right, in the terminal, in the airport terminal. You must be on time tomorrow because there is a test. Very good. So in this case, have to and must are normally used to talk about obligations on something that is necessary to do. Have to and must have a very similar meaning, and you can use either form. Have to is more common for general external obligations, for example, rules and laws. Must is more common for a specific one occasion or personal obligations. For example, I have to wear a shirt and tie at work. I must buy a new shirt. This one is too old. It's my own decision. Okay? Is it okay in that case? Have to and must. They have a similar meaning and they are exchangeable, but you have this specific thing about external and internal obligation that you have to make that difference. You have to use have to for external obligations and must with internal. In this case, for your own decision, you want to make this for you. Okay?
Good.
Great. Number 2. You have to go when you are in Paris. You must see this film. It's amazing. Okay, this is we use it for a strong recommendation. Not only we should. Okay, for a mild advice, a mild piece of advice, you will use should. But for strong recommendations, you want to emphasize on that, you can use must instead of should. Okay, but it's okay. You should. I mean, you should see this film. You must see this film. It's amazing. I had to wear a uniform at primary school. I hate having to get up early. Do you have to work up on Saturdays? Okay, must I switch my phone off now? Okay, let's see this. Have to is a normal verb and exists in all tenses and forms. For example, with gerunds or infinitive. Remember able to, be able to? This is another common verb, like be able to. So we use it in either in any time tense. Must is a modal verb and it only exists in the present, but it can be used with a future meaning. That will be in that case in the question. You don't have to pay. Let's see, don't have to. In negative will be that it's not necessary. You don't have to pay. This museum is free. You don't have to go to the party if you don't want to. Well, we all teachers use the same examples. I mean, I don't know why. I didn't even check on this book, and we use the same example. You mustn't park here. You mustn't eat the cake. It's for the party. Okay, so we use don't have to when it's not an obligation to do something, and mustn't when it's prohibited. You don't have to drive. We can get the train if you want to, but it's necessary. You can drive if you want to, but it's not necessary. You mustn't drive along the street. It is prohibited against the law. Okay? In this case, you use mustn't instead of don't have to. You can often use can't or not allowed to instead of mustn't, but remember, mustn't is stronger than can't. Okay? Of course, can't means that it's not allowed. Okay, mustn't is a little bit stronger when you want to emphasize on that it's prohibited. Okay, on the thing that is prohibited. Let's see, should and shouldn't. You should take warm clothes with you to Dublin. It might be cold at night. We use should to give advice or an opinion. It's not as strong as must. Okay, that's what I said before. You must go to this restaurant. I don't know. This is a really strong recommendation. I mean, you must. Like, I'm telling you that you have to go right now, okay? But it's a recommendation, of course. Then you have should, that is not as strong as must, okay? Should is a modal verb again. We can use ought to or ought not to, okay, as a synonym. You ought to take warm clothes with you to Dublin. Okay, you ought not to drink so much coffee. You shouldn't drink so much coffee, it isn't good for you, it's the same. Then for opinions, to say if we think something is the right or wrong thing to do. I think the government should do something about unemployment. Okay, so the similar translation for should will be deberías or no deberías. Okay?
Okay.
Great. Excellent. So now circle the correct form. Tick if both are possible. You don't have to or mustn't use your phone in quiet zone. Number 1. It would be, are you there?
Yes.
Great. You are asking for advice, right? You are asking for a piece of advice. So what would you do?
Do you think we should text to that?
Text tell him.
Well, be like,
Okay.
which is the difference in this case?
Both
We
are possible.
to,
Both are possible. Ought to and should. Remember those
yes,
are synonyms, okay?
yes, that's why I'm asking because I get a little confused there.
Remember you have the tick in any case if both are possible, okay?
Okay.
Good. Circle the correct form or tick if both are possible. Great.
Right. You mustn't send text messages when you are driving.
Very good. Mustn't. It's prohibited.
A pilot has to wear a uniform when he's at work.
Very good.
And you must go to UBC when you are in Florence.
Okay, should or
Yes,
both are possible. Very good. Remember, should is not as strong as must. Okay, that is the only difference in this case. Okay.
Yes.
Great. Number 5. My last bill was wrong. Remember that? In this case,
I must speak to my phone company. My last bill was wrong.
very good. This is an internal obligation. Nobody is telling you to call the phone company, right? It's because you got the bill and it was wrong. The total, maybe. I don't know. So you are going to call them. Very good. Excellent. Must. Oh, we also use the same example,
Maybe both? I don't know.
Mustn't is for actions that are prohibited, remember?
Okay. We don't have to hurry, we have limited time.
Very good. Don't have to, it's for things that are not necessary. Mustn't, it's for things that are prohibited
Okay,
by
okay,
law.
yeah. I remember.
Very good.
When I was at school, we had to wear a horrible uniform.
Very good. Must is only for obligations in the present or future in any case, but not in the past. Okay? Had to. Very good.
Um, you, I think both cases can
No.
be.
No, because don't have to is not necessary, but it's okay if you do it. Do you think in this case it's okay if he does it, this about walking on the grass?
No.
No, it's an opinion, right? It's an opinion. I think that you shouldn't walk on the grass because I mean there are flowers that don't do that, right? But it's not by law. It's not an obligation, but it's an opinion that you think you shouldn't. He shouldn't do that. Okay? Don't have to means it's not necessary. It's okay if you do it, but you have other options. I mean. Um, so it doesn't matter what you do, okay?
Okay.
It means that it's not necessary. That's what means don't have to in this case. Yet maybe it matters, right? Shouldn't will be. It's not okay for the person in this case if that other person walks on the grass. Very good. Let's see. Complete with the correct form of the verb in brackets. And you have to choose the correct time tenses.
Did you have to do a lot of homework when you were at school?
Very good. Did you have to do? Excellent.
Um, must I take my tablet out of my bag at the security?
Very good. Must I take? Excellent.
My sister is a nurse, so some weeks she has to work night.
Very good. Work night. Work night will be shifts at night, right? Good. Present simple. Excellent. Because it's a job.
Have you ever had have you
Have you
ever
ever had? Very good. Have you ever had to have, right? Have you ever had
had
to? Very good. Have you ever had to have an operation? Yes, that would be a tongue twister, right?
too many have
A tongue twister, we would say. Have you ever had to have? Very good. Excellent. Have you ever had to have? Um, Good, excellent. Well, my cat is climbing. Sorry. Come here. Sorry about that. Good. Mhm. So let's see. The next one is Saturdays are the best day of the week.
I
Remember with the ing is
not having to
very good. Not
get
having
up the
to.
car. Don't have.
Very good. I love not having to get up early. Very good.
I don't think we should wear food inside their house.
Very good. It's an opinion. Excellent. Remember, you can say I think we shouldn't or I don't think we should, right? To mean the same thing. Good.
The exhibition was free, so I don't have to pay.
Was free.
Yes, sorry. So I didn't have to pay.
I didn't have to pay. Very good. It's in the past. Didn't. Excellent. Any questions about have to? Is it clearer, maybe? More clear?
Yes, yes,
Yes. Mustn't. Don't
yes.
have to.
Sometimes I forgot
The meanings. Okay.
meaning.
Well, remember, should is for opinions, for recommendations, right? Don't have to is it's not necessary, but it's okay if you do it. Okay? Very good. So now let's go back to our page. Great. Can you think of a situation when you had to switch off your phone, or maybe in any situation? Can you think of a situation when you have to switch off your phone?
When you are boarding on an airplane, um,
When you're at work, very good. When you are at the cinema, great. And there are a lot of people, the audience watching the movie, so you need silence in that
yes.
case, and it's inappropriate to that if the cell phone goes off. Very good. You should. Can you think of a situation when you shouldn't use your phone? This is an opinion, of course. Shouldn't.
When for example, when you are in a call, in a phone call, or in another type of call,
In another call.
yes, on a work call.
Work call.
Um,
Okay. In that case, I think it will be obligatory, right? Because the company's policies maybe tell you you mustn't use your phone when we are in a meeting, maybe in a work meeting or something like that, right? But people use it anyways.
yes.
Right. Maybe you shouldn't use your phone when uh, you are in a family gathering and you are eating, or maybe with friends, and a friend is telling you something important. Maybe in that case you shouldn't use your phone if that person is telling you something really important for them. For example, it's an example.
But sometimes it's very difficult.
Yes, sometimes when you have to work, yes. Of course, if it's not an obligation and something that it's more important, of course, yes. Can you think of a situation when you mustn't use your phone, but you don't have to switch it off? You mustn't use your phone, but you don't have to switch it off.
Um,
So it's not necessary to switch it off, but you mustn't use it.
okay, when you are inside of a bank, for example,
For example, very good, in a bank, perfect,
or
excellent.
when you are at immigration,
Immigration,
yes,
okay, customer,
immigration,
very good,
queue.
good, excellent. Let's see, in pronunciation, silent consonants. So here we have some words, okay, and we can practice them, of course, that have silent consonants. Or consonant is in plural, silent consonant or consonant. So let's see, here we have the first one. Do you know which letter is silent? The first one?
M,
Sorry?
letter R, M.
The L is silent. Calm. The pronunciation is calm. Excellent. The next one?
G,
Design. Very good. Design. Excellent.
D, I don't know.
The H, dishonest. It's not dishonest, right? It's dishonest. The H is silent.
B,
The B, doubt. Excellent. It's no doubt, right?
form, G,
Very good.
cap, L,
Sorry?
L,
L, very good. It's half. It's half, not half. Very good. The next one?
U,
No, it's okay. Hour.
H, sorry.
Yes, very good. Hour, it's like a diphthong because it has two vowels. Hour. Okay, hour. Good.
Island, S,
Island. Sorry?
S,
S, of course, the S is the silent consonant. Island.
knowledge, K,
Okay, and
reason, T,
it has the W and the E, okay? And the E at the end, knowledge. It's not knowledge, I don't know, knowledge, I don't know. It's the K is silent, the W is silent, and the E at the end. It's not knowledge, right? That would be weird. So, because the verb is know, in that case, the W is pronounced, right?
Yes, I would like to listen to a podcast about this word.
Yes.
Why we don't pronounce so many
So
letters?
many consonants, right? 3 consonants are not pronounced in this word, knowledge. That's it, knowledge. Very good.
Listen and T.
The T, listen.
Mustn't, the first T.
The first T, mustn't.
Ought, H.
H.
With the H.
Which H? Which H? The first or the second H?
Both.
No, the second H, the second H is pronounced. The first H is not
Okay.
pronounced because there is a sound in English that is the TH sound that is voiced. For example, in mother, in the, right, rhythm, you have the voiced TH. In that father, with, can you hear it's a right? And then you have the voiceless th sound that is in, for example, think, 3, bath, 3, path, thumb. That is the other th voiceless. Very good. The next one, should.
The L.
The L, should. Yeah, the L is silent. Could as well, the L is silent.
Dot. Walk.
Talk and walk. What is here then? Yes.
L.
The L, of course. Talk and walk. Very good.
Hold.
Hold. Silent letter.
The E.
It's a W as well. Yes,
And
the W
the
is like hold. I don't know. Hold. Yes, very good. And the E. And what about wrong?
W.
The W. Very good. That will be I don't know how to pronounce it honestly. Perfect. It's like wrong, and that's it without the W. It's just a spelling. Great. Now let's practice saying these sentences. He walked around the whole island.
We walked around the whole island.
Very good. We walk around the whole island. Very good. You mustn't talk, just listen.
You mustn't talk, just listen.
Just listen. Very good. Everyone should learn a foreign language.
Everyone should learn a foreign language.
The taxi ought to be here in half an hour.
The taxi ought to be here in half an hour.
In this case, we could say the taxi should be here, right? In half an hour. Excellent. Very good. Look at this list of annoying habits people do with their phones. Work in small group we are 2, okay? For each thing answer question 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. Do you know people who do this? Do you ever do it? Does it annoy you? Or do you think it's okay? If it annoys you, do you think these people should or shouldn't do? What do you think these people should or shouldn't do? In the case that it annoys you, these habits. Okay, here annoying habits people do with their phones. Let's see. Take selfies all the time and post them online. Talk loudly on their phones on public transport. Put their phones on the table in front of them in a restaurant, in a cafe, or in a house. Play noisy games on their phones. Send or receive messages in the cinema. Text while they are doing other things, for example, talking to someone else or walking in the street. Tweet about everything, from what they had for breakfast to what time they went to bed. Keep posting photos of their babies and small children. Listen to music with headphones, but with the volume so loud that other people can hear it. Take photos of everything they eat. Video or photograph every single event they go to and every minute of their holiday. Post a message to you on your birthday, but never get in touch during the rest of the year. Swipe through all your other photos when you are showing them just one. Oh, this one, I hate that. As I please know, it's private. Respect my privacy, right? Let's see now. Do you know people who do this, or do you ever do it? This
Yes, yes.
both?
Yes, I did. Well, kids like to play noisy games on phones.
Hmm.
Uh,
Do you know someone that does these annoying things, or not?
yes, I think I get annoyed when I'm working, but not in my free time.
Of course, very good. Um, um, does it annoy you, or do you think it's okay? Maybe choose some of them that you think that are okay, and some of them that annoy you. For example, some of
Well,
them that annoy you.
well, if someone uh, swipe my photos on my phone. That's annoying.
Aside through all your photos, and you didn't want them to do that. You just wanted to show them one photo of you,
Yes,
of yours, in any case.
yes.
And another annoying thing.
Well, the thing of listening to music with headphones, but with the volume so loud, it's also
Yes,
annoying.
yes, that happens a lot.
Because you want to also use your headphones and just hear your music.
Of course, you want to listen to your own music, and you don't want to hear someone else.
Yes.
Annoying thing. Good. Let's see. If it annoys you, what do you think these people should or shouldn't do?
Um,
Just to practice should and shouldn't. That's it. They shouldn't maybe put the volume so loud, right? They
yes.
maybe turn it down a bit, right?
Yes, I think the people shouldn't treat everything they do,
Of course.
or they shouldn't photograph everything that they saw and post.
Very good. Yes, they photograph everything in their life. Very good. Excellent. Let's see. Well, we finished with that and with this part. Then we have another part that is with could, but I don't know where it is. Let's see. Here we have about good manners. Let's see, good manners, bad manners are not important. Let's see, I want you to tell me if you think this is important for you or not. When greeting people, use more formal language when speaking to an older person. Do you think it's a good manner or a bad manner or not important?
Um, it's not important for me, but I think we should use uh, when you first make when you first oh, sorry.
No
when
worries.
you met a, a new person you don't know, you should speak more formal,
Okay.
and when you have their consent, but you can choose.
Of course, when you get to know each other, then you can maybe use a less formal or informal language. In any case, good. And when greeting people, kiss somebody on both cheeks when you meet them for the first time.
Well, that's a thing here. It's a custom.
Cool. Here we use
Um,
like a kiss in one cheek, right on one cheek. That is something that we do.
well, here we give both cheeks.
Both cheeks,
Yes,
both cheeks. Excellent. Yes, here maybe choose one, but it
yes,
depends on the culture. Some culture, for example, in Japan or in China, or they don't. They
they
bow.
both.
They bow
Yes,
like this.
yes.
Yes, they don't kiss. Very good. Um, use your partner's parents' first name. Well, here it's common to do that. I think your parents-in-law to use their first name.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Here in Argentina, we use their first name. Maybe in other cultures, it's a more formal meeting. I don't know. Let's, let's see. Men and women. Okay, a man should. Okay, this is controversial. A, pay, a man should pay for the meal on a first date. Hold the door open for a woman or wait for her to go through the door first. Accompany a woman home. Do you think this is a gentleman thing to do, or maybe
It used to be, but
used to be?
now I don't know what should I do.
Okay,
I'm confused with it.
okay. Well, pay for the meal on the first date. I mean, I disagree. I mean, I work and I can pay my meal and you pay yours. You split the bill in that case. Sometimes I always split the bill when I go out on a first date. I had a lot of first dates, sorry. Hold the door open for a woman, or wait for her to go through the door first. This is not something that we use nowadays. It's not a common habit, right? Um, so I don't think we should. The man should do that. Accompany a woman a home. Maybe to check if she went home
Yes,
when she's safe.
maybe for security or all these things that happen in Argentina now.
Yes, of course, it's a very insecure thing to do when you go home alone. Yes, maybe you should check on them if they went home and they went back home okay, and that's it. I think that it's okay, right? When you are invited to somebody's house for a meal, take a present. It's a bad
Um,
manner, a good manner, or not important?
I think it's a good manner, but I don't do
It's
it.
irrelevant. Okay, maybe for a birthday party you should take a present, but in any case, if you are invited to a meal, it's a good manner, of course. But sometimes I take a cake or something for dessert when they invite me to a meal, right? Sometimes. And take your shoes off when you arrive.
But I think that it's a good one.
A good manner.
But we don't have well, I don't have carpets in my house, so I don't care.
Of course, yes. Maybe for people who use carpet on the floor, yes. Well, it depends on the culture. Here in Argentina, we are not used to do this, I think.
Yes, I when I watch the soap operas that my mom watch at night, uh, I think Turkish people use that habit.
Yes, they had that habit.
With
Yes, it
that,
depends. Yes, it depends on people's culture, I think, right?
yes,
Uh,
yes.
their beliefs. Uh, Criticize the food. For example, if something is too cold or too salty. If you are invited to somebody's house for a meal, it's a good manner, bad manner, or not important.
No, it's a bad manner, but because you are
Invited, maybe.
yes.
Maybe
Yes,
if you are invited.
but if you have confidence with the host,
You trust. Okay, yes, yes. If you trust them, of course.
you will tell them.
If you are close to the guest, to the host, sorry, if you are close to the host, and then you can maybe say it in a good way. Try to use polite words, right?
Yes.
Try to be polite in that case. Send a message the next day to say thank you. It's a bad
So,
manner, a good manner.
I think it's a good manner, but I I am not in that.
Okay. Let's see the next one. When you're having a meal with friends in a restaurant, complain that the food isn't very good. A good manner, bad manner, or maybe to the waiter. Complain to the waiter or the waitress about the food.
It's awkward.
Yes,
and
maybe you are making a big thing for
it's a difficult moment for all.
yes.
And but I don't know how to be polite with that.
Yes, I mean I'm very shy in that situation. I try not to complain. I just don't go back there anymore. That's it. And that's if
Yes,
that is my
or
case.
maybe you complain by not tipping them.
Very good. Yes, but I mean the food the cook is the one that makes the food, not the waiter. But in any case, yes, you cannot, you don't tip them, and that's it. Of course. Very good. I don't have the guts, the courage to complain when I go to restaurants, but it's in my personal case, of course. Insist on only paying for exactly what you ate or drank when the bill is being divided up. When you split the bill, you only pay for exactly what you ate or drank. Do you think that is a bad or good manner, or not important?
Well, if you are with friends, but they earn mostly the same as you, then I with that amount is right.
Okay,
I don't know in other cases.
of course, maybe not important. Um, so you think maybe it's not important. Good. People should be very affectionate with their partner in restaurants. Do you think they should or they shouldn't be very affectionate with their partner?
But uh, it, it depends. If they are alone, it's one thing, and if you are, I think, uh, if you are the only person with them on the table, then it's a little annoying.
Yes, of course. Sometimes it can be awkward, like get a room, right? It depends on the affection, the type of affection. I mean, when there is a kiss that is too long or they are touching too much, I think that it's very inappropriate in that case. But if it's like a hug or a short kiss, it's okay. It depends on the type of, the kind of affection that they show. And for me, in my case, on shows social networking sites, post a photo or video clip of a friend without asking their permission. Good manner, bad manner, not important.
um, yes, I think that a bad manner, they should ask, and and that's it.
Okay. Make a negative comment about somebody's photo. A good manner, a bad manner, or not important.
But it's a bad manner. I think sometimes they are haters or something like that. They envy that person or whatever.
Yes, maybe they shouldn't leave a comment full of hatred, right? To that person, it can hurt people's feelings, of course. On social networking sites, post a private message or conversation. That is really common nowadays. I see it a lot on TikTok, posting private chats with a person, right? Or on Twitter. What do you think about this?
Um, well, but it's private.
Yes, it's very controversial. They want
Yes,
to.
yes, it's controversial, but if if uh, that messages are private, they need to keep it in that way.
Yes.
So what I can tell you, this last year, I think was they were published uh, a private email between coaches of NFL and some other guys. I don't know. I think they were owners or something like that of a team. Well, it was a scandal.
It was a scandal. Oh.
Yes, yes.
Yes, that happened when you post private things, of course.
Yes, the coach, of course, was fired.
Yes, of course, in that case.
Because was about photos of cheerleaders and
yes,
yes, it was very awkward.
illegal. That would be illegal in any case. Good. Well, I think. Yes.
Yes, yes. I don't know if they were legal, but the thing is equity and everything. I don't know what happened with the owners. I think that didn't happen anything to them, but well, this was a scandal, and there were many minds everywhere.
Yes, of course. Um, it it spreads, right? Let's see now. Well, I think we are okay with should and with have to, with must. Let's see. Well, and now we can do an exercise that I want to show you. Activity books. This here. Here we have a short review, okay, a revision. It's like a test, okay, to check the knowledge, okay, of this is intermediate level, okay. So let's see. Number 1.
Have you have you finished that report? No, not yet.
Very good. No, not yet. Excellent. Letter C. Number 2.
What did you do yesterday afternoon?
Yesterday afternoon, the past. Excellent. Number 3.
I was sitting in the park when it started raining.
When it started raining. Excellent. Past continuous. Number 4.
Have
Have you ever?
Have you ever been to the museum? No, this is the first time. He couldn't remember where he had parked.
Had part.
Yeah.
Letter A. Letter A. Very good. That is an action before remembering, because the remembering was in the past, right? He
Yeah.
couldn't remember. So the action of parking was even a step back in time, but step more back in time. So it would be had part. Excellent. We.
We don't have to work tomorrow.
Very good.
I always go to
Very
the
good. Excellent.
gym on Saturday.
Very good. In that case, on letter A will be usually first, because the adverb of frequency. It's always between the subject and the verb. Okay, I usually go to the gym, for example. And of course, when we talk about an auxiliary verb like the verb to be or the verb have, in that case is after the auxiliary. For example, I'm never late to work. I don't know. Okay, good. Number 8. This is quantifiers. Do you
Yes.
know?
I put
Salt is uncountable. Salt is uncountable. We can check uncountable nouns if you'd like.
um, um,
So for uncountable nouns, we use a few or a little. We use a little for uncountable nouns, okay? A few, we use it with countable nouns. And a few is a positive way. Little, only without the letter A, is in a negative way. Many is for countable nouns and much is for uncountable nouns. If you say, I put too much salt in the pasta, that will be negative. It's like, it's in the other way. I put little salt will be a really small portion in negative. If I say I put too much, it's a bigger portion in a negative way. Okay, if I say I put a little salt, it means that it's a small portion, but it's enough. It's positive. Okay,
okay.
it's enough to eat the pasta. Okay. Hello, come in.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
Mhm.
Hello, coming. I just made some coffee. Would you like some?
Very good. It's like something recent. Okay, when something is recent, we use just, not already. Very good.
I don't want to rent perfume. Neither do I.
Neither do I. Very good.
Swimming, letter B.
Letter B. Very good. Exactly.
Next your reason.
Excellent. So swimming is with ing because we use gerunds when we want to make a verb a noun sometimes. When we don't have the noun, we use it as a noun. okay, with ing. For example, swimming, we use the not the noun. It will be the verb infinitive. I don't know how to say. It's when you want to make it the subject of the sentence. Swimming in the sea makes you really strong, so we used it as a gerund, for example, to make it the subject of the sentence. Great.
It's snowing. Put your hat on.
Put your hand on. Very good.
A key is a thing which you use to open doors.
Which, very good. Who is for people. Very good. And here you are explaining the use, so it's which. Very good.
Are you going to the basketball match in Saturday?
Are you going for plans? We use going to or present continuous. Very good.
She wouldn't invite him if she didn't want him to come.
Very good. Second conditional.
She,
Advice is uncountable, so we use a piece of advice or some advice. For example, some, you can use it with any countable or uncountable noun. We can revise expressions with countable and uncountable nouns if you'd like. For example,
I mean,
some. Yeah? Sorry? Yes, you can continue.
no. The thing with the countable and uncountable, I didn't remember the.
Few and a little. Okay. But
Yes,
you are okay. You
yes,
are okay.
yes. I remember the match and many clothes, but I didn't remember the other.
And what about some, any, lots of?
More or less.
Okay, well, we can check. Don't worry. It's
Okay.
really quick revision. Don't worry.
Okay. I need some advice. What should I do?
What should I do?
This castle was built
In the 600s. In the 1600s, sorry. In the 1600s. Was built is in the passive. Very good passive voice. Very good. Here we have quantifiers.
I don't have much money left because I bought and
In any case, it will be lots of money or tons of money. Or okay, in that case, you have tons of, a lot of, plenty of, tons of, a lot of quantifiers. Good.
she told me not to tell anyone.
Very good. He told me. Say, we don't use it with object pronoun. In any case, it will be he said to me. Okay. Very good.
Yes.
Well, in this case, no. 20, no. Let's all, 21.
Let's order up. We don't have anything to cook for him.
Very good. Nothing. It's with positive sentences because it's a negative word, right? It like never. Nothing is a negative word. Very good. 22.
They live in the same house for 40 years.
Very good. Number 20 for 40 years. Number 23. If I can borrow Joe's car. A possibility.
I might.
I might. Very good. Excellent. Might. Very good. I might come and see you tonight if, because if is a conditional, so it talks about possibility, okay?
Okay.
So if we are talking about possibility, it will be might in this case. Very good. I think this is a good
The,
superlative.
it's the best song on Wiki.
The best song, very good. Excellent. The superlative of good is best.
That case is too heavy for you.
For instance, decisions.
I'll help you.
Sorry?
I'll help you.
I'll help you. Very good. Letter A. For instance, decisions we use will. Perfect. Very good. Well, we finished for today. Okay.